This is the most beautiful thing which we can never have. But Vishal Rameshbabu did. Vishali has become India's third female Grandmaster and overall 84th. Her brother Praggnanandhaa is also a Grandmaster, which makes them the only brother-sister duo to be a Grandmaster in the history of this mankind. As you guys know, for becoming a GM, you need at least 3 GM noms and have to surpass the rating of 2500. She got her first GM nom in 2019 in Denmark X Dragon Open with the performance rating of nearly 2600. She got her second GM nom in the Fisher Memorial with the performance rating of approximate 2600 and got her third nom in the Qatar Masters Open with the performance rating of above 2600. And now all she needs is to surpass the rating of 2500. So we will dive into the final game which gives her the GM title. But before we go, do like and subscribe to the channel because it will create the strength to make more videos and engage more audience and have room. In a lubricate open, she's up against Turkish FM Tarık Serbs and she needs to win this game with the black pieces. And Tarık opens the game with knight to f3, the ready opening, which is actually a tricky opening because you don't know what it will transpose into. And Vishali gives the standard reply knight to f6. And here FM chooses the King's Indian structure with g3, so putting the sniper on g2. And here Vishali chooses b6, so putting her sniper on b7. So this happens, we have bishop to g2 and bishop to b7. And white strike in the center with d4, and here Vishali chooses a daring move g6. It is a daring move because black is choosing to play a slow game and her only advantage relies on if white plays an inaccurate move, otherwise white will be in advantage. So white expands with c4 and black plays bishop to g7. Now both players castles and white develop his knight via knight to c3. And here white will love to play queen to c2 and e4 here to have a strong center, but here Vishali immediately plays knight to e4. Now here most known move is to play bishop to d2, but here white plays queen to d3, so forcing the exchange of the knights. So we have knight takes c3 and here white chooses to take with the b pawn. Taking with the queen was a better option, but maybe he was worried about c5. Here black plays knight to c6 and white plays a tricky move c5. Now taking right away is not a good option because of queen to b5. Here Vishali played a great positional move knight to a5, opening the scope of a bishop and making her position better. And here white plays e4, so taking all the center here. Now Vishali took the pawn and here white plays queen to b5, but now here Vishali has a move c6, protecting the knight and the knight is defending the bishop. So queen took the pawn and now we have d6 and queen goes back to a3 and now c5. So e4 pawn is attacked and he defended it with rook to e1. Here we have exchange of the pawn and now knight to c4. And white tried to fork the bishop and the knight but bishop to a6. Here white develops his bishop via bishop to g5 and here black plays rook to b8, so attacking the queen and queen moves to a4, so keeping the tension. Here Vishali gambled the a7 pawn by playing bishop to b5 and here white just took the pawn and it is the best move. Here Vishali plays brilliant queen to c8, offering another pawn which is no good to grab because if you take it with the queen you will see rook to e8 and if you just go back to a7 just rook to a8 and your queen is trapped. Here white has to give up his queen but he has to play a4 here because after rook to b7 he can just take the bishop here and after rook takes queen and rook takes you will have a passer here. But here white plays rook to b1, idea is same but this time you will not get the passer here. So after rook to b7 just queen takes rook and queen takes, you will have a4 here. Here Vishali plays s6 and here white took the bishop with the rook and queen goes to a7 and here just white just protect his bishop and now queen takes pawn. So Vishali is in clear advantage but she has to be precise. White played rook to b7 and just black chops off the bishop. And here after series of the moves, let me show you why she deserved to be a GM. Here in this position, she could play d5 here and play it safe here, but no, she plays rook to a2 and allowed white a passer. It looks like black has just one check, which is queen to f2 check, but this is not the complete story. After queen to f2 check, black has rook to e2, and now you can't move the knight here because you're getting checkmated. Here white plays h2 here, and game goes on for a few of the more moves, and here right now in this position white had enough and he resigned, and Vishali becomes a GM. If you guys love the analysis, do like and subscribe the channel. Stay tuned for the more updates.